Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about Power Rangers Lost Galaxy episode Double Duty. So this is a Kendrick solo episode, and in fact, it's her very first. I figured, you know what, I should probably do like another Kendrick's episode because the first one, solo one I did was the one where she died and everything. And I don't want like that to be like the only solo episode of hers I talk about because, that's a pretty like traumatic thing dying on the show. And so um I figure, I should give like I should do like another video that highlights her and everything. And this one highlights her very well. It shows that she's the type of person who just doesn't give up and she always tries to persevere. And that's one thing I've always liked about her is her like determination and stuff. Like she's not a quitter, no matter how hurt or how much in pain she's in. And this episode is like perfectly describes that, which explains why she sacrificed herself many episodes later and stuff, and why like at times she gets a little stubborn and stuff like that. And this episode was really cool. She got to wear different clothes, which was great because I get tired when they wear the same clothes in every episode. Two, she got to play two completely different characters, and they never explain just how ironic that is. Like, there's another person on Terra Venture that just so happens to look identical to her and sound identical to her and wear pink. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. I wish they would have said, like, oh, that's her twin sister or something like that, and they just really don't talk or get along or just something, Because this character never appears again, so it was just kind of like one of those weird type things. I don't know what the Sentai is about, but they decided to do that whole, oh wow, we look exactly the same type thing. They did that in Xena so many times and everything. And it was just kind of like, explain. And so like it starts off with her and Kai. They're practicing their martial arts, and she's just whooping on Kai. I swear to God, Damon's a better sword fighter than he is and beats him in sword. Kendricks can like toss him around the room. It's like this dude's supposed to be like the strong one. But she has, I love the look on her face. She's like so determined. Nobody's gonna take her down. And when he gives up, she's all like, because you're tired of hitting the mat and everything like that. But then, it's brought up that there's a famous actress who looks like her in a magazine. And so she's just kind of like, oh wow, she looks just like me. But they never explain why. And she doesn't even ask why. Like, that's just so weird. And so Scorpius is pissed off at Furio. Yes, I finally get to talk about Furio and everything. The very first general. And so he's been failing to find the lights of Orion. He's also the one who turned Miranoi into stone. And so like Trakina overhears this and she wants him out because she wants to be number one and prove to her father she can be just as evil as anybody else. And so like he has a monster, so like a wizard is all like, oh, I think the lights of Orion is inside the camera and everything because the flash of a camera. Like, what the world, man? Like, you could tell he's an alien. And so we get to see Caroline, the woman who looks like Kendricks, and she's a superstar and a very whiny, very self-spoiled, privileged one at that. And she's constantly complaining. She wants this, she wants that. And so the Rangers show up and they like check her out and everything. And they all just can't believe that, she looks like, what's her name? Well, of course, the monster attacks. And you know what's crazy? So like when a monster attacks, this isn't the crazy part. So like it has like these sheets of paper, it throws it on Kendra's leg and it explodes. So her leg is like really hurt now and everything. And I give it up for that stunt double lady, man. Cause that little explosion spark things, them things hurt, I've heard. And that thing hit her, and that thing had to explode directly on her leg. So that did not feel good, I bet you. And so I think I don't know if the Rangers morph or not to get rid of the monster. But anyway, at some point in time, they meet like the lady who looks like Kendricks. Now I don't know if this is intentional or the cameraman just like forgot to pan away. But as they're all going to greet her, we see the stand-in lady for Kendricks. And we see her face dead on. She looks like a mannequin just sitting there, not trying to move. And then it pans to like another scene. Well, anyways, the actress is like pretending to be hurt. Because she doesn't want to like, do like the modeling stuff and the acting stuff. So she's pretending like her leg just hurts. So her manager agent's all like, "Oh, Kendrick, since you look like her, why don't you fill in?" So it's one of those type episodes. So we get to see Valerie like modeling. Valerie's who plays Kendra is a very lovely, gorgeous woman and stuff. But people never really pay that much attention to her because of the glasses. But a sexy, smarty nerd with glasses is cool looking. And so she gets to like doll it up for the camera and pose and everything. And then when it's time for her acting stuff, like her character isn't really like her character isn't like an actress. She's a science lady, and so she's messing up her lines, and when the guy touches her on the shoulder, a reflex comes in and she flips the guy and all kind of stuff. And so like there's a scene where she's supposed to like run to a guy and tell Bobby she loves him, but she can't get it right because her leg hurts so bad and she's limping. So she does take after take after take after take to the point where she's almost in tears talking about like Bobby, she loves him, but she will not give up. Like, she's gonna do how many takes it take, no matter how much in pain her leg is. So her like double lady sees this and she finally like have some empathy in her heart, talking about like, oh, it must be your leg and I can't believe you're doing this and everything and you're so hurt. And Kendrick tells her, this means a lot, and I'm doing this like for you, and blah blah. So it makes the model like actress lady have like a change of heart. It happened a little too quickly, but it's only a 20-minute show. And so that was great. She was able to show this woman with hard work and determination, you can like muster through the pain and stuff. So it's one of those great life lessons to learn. Well, of course, the monster shows up. And so the actress pretends to be Kendricks and everything. And so when they fool him and everything, Kendricks is able to get the drop on him, and then the Rangers show up. They morph, and Kendricks just takes it to this monster, man. She is giving him the biggest honey whooping he has ever seen. And I love the way Lost Galaxy people fight, because they're animal based rangers, so they have this weird way of like running and poses. And Kendricks, because she's a cat, she scratches at like the ground, and she does her thing with her little paws and stuff, and it looks so catlistic, like and she's using every weapon she got on him except for her quasar saber. So she's using like her trans dagger as like a blade, a dagger blade, like a knife. Then she turns it into like the beta bow, and she's just like whooping him, boy. Like I'm telling you. So they call on their quasar launchers and they're charging up, right? And so they blast the dude. But once again, the monster just grows big. And it's like, what's the point of those quasar launchers? The monster just gonna go big. So they call the Zords. And because this is her solo ep, Kendricks gets to like call all the shots in the Zord, even the final like strike, where she uses Damon's Zord to like shoot out like a blast and like destroy the monster and everything. So afterwards, when they're all watching like TV and everything, they see the actress, and the actress just got an award, and she's talking about how she couldn't have done this without Kendrick's help. And Kendrick was like really like thankful of that the actress actually remembered her, because you know how a lot of stars are, they don't pay attention to their fans and stuff. So that was cool that she did that for Kendrick's. And so I really like the message that they had in this episode. It's like, because a lot of people complain about pain and this and that, 'cause pain hurts, you know what I'm saying? But when you have something to do, sometimes you can't take like an off day. You just have to like muster through it. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.